All right, check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Everything seems to be lighting up in all the right places. So move some stuff around here and let's get this week started. This month started. Happy December, everybody. And as always, thank you guys for spending some of your afternoon with me here on 412 Productions. Got a good one today. Lots of interesting things happening over the weekend. Some great news with Kash Patel. We got the Hunter Biden pardon and a bunch of other little things to get into today. So it's going to be a fast start to the week. But before we roll the intro and officially begin our show today, let's start a little pre-show roll call. So where are you guys at? Jump into chat, say hello, and we'll do as many shout outs as we can here. Oh, Captain Roy out there. What's up, Captain? Good to see you. Been a while. We got Gaia Visual following the channel over on D Live. Super cool. Welcome. And Q-Boys hanging out in the Mosh Pit pre-show. What's up, guys? Over there on D Live. Shout out to our friends on Rumble. Hit that thumbs up button for us if you haven't already. And I see Joe Elaine modding our chats across the interwebs. Thank you, Joe, for all that you do. As always, appreciate you so much. And let's jump over to pilled.net. The best place to watch and the only place to catch the entirety of the show. We go exclusively there in the second hour, as you guys are probably well aware by now. Lightspear, Lance in there first. Floyd, Due Diligence, not far behind, and also hooking us up with our first gold pills with a MAGA Rita Monday cookie. Thank you so much, Floyd. HL Paco, good to see you out there. Of course, there's Joe doing her mod thing. Thank you again, Joe. Delia down in Arizona. What's up? D. Richard, good to see you as well. Chilly in Florida. What's chilly in Florida? Just curious, Joe Elaine. When you say it's chilly in Florida, I'm wondering what that means. I'm looking at the temperature here in Pittsburgh, and I'm probably gonna hate you when you say it. Lyle, Jenny, Packers 412, curious one. Good to see Den Mom EO in the house. What's up, Den Mom? How are we today? Let's see. Patriot 714, Space Cookie. Welcome, you guys. Lots of our early bird friends. R. Harrell here as well. And Barb Robbins. What's up, Barb? Good to see you. Laura Y, repping the 412 on her way home from work. Drive safely, Laura. Shout out to all of our lurkers out there. Pensider over across the pond in England. We've got two quick. And good afternoon, Mr. Gerardo. Cynthia, it's good to see you. Darth Q369. Welcome, Idaho Vet. Nezercat representing Wyoming in the house. What's up? Sherry Pittsburgh also repping the 412. Let's go. Eagle Freedom. And Oilman 94. What's up, man? How are you? Pat McFly. Good to see you. Maurice Popcork over in England as well. Our friends are tuning in from across the pond. Love to see it. Caustic and Abrasive. Hey, best Nani ever. Hope you're well. It's great to see you. Monkey Toes 71. Dig One Deeper 17. Eric 17. Qhio 17. Lots of friends repping the 17 today. We got Boys Block 89. Says Green Room is cleaned up from the Thanksgiving weekend. Well, thank goodness for that. Welcome, Boys Blanc. It's good to see you. Disappointed Mom says it's freezing in the 412. Yeah, I woke up, it was 22 degrees this morning, and I was not happy about it. Too early for it to be that cold. Not a fan, as you guys know. Dig One Deeper. Welcome, BF Bills fan. Good to see you. The Gray Man and PNW Sasquatch in the house. What's up, guys? I don't even want to read some of the names over on at least this one name. The longest chode. All right. North Georgia Dog, where we go one, we go all GTG. Laddick and Mrs. Froggy. Hey, Best Naughty double dipping, also hanging over on Rumble. Guys, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble if you haven't already. And yeah, again, thank you. Wherever you're watching, share the link. If you're on Pilled, please hit that red pill button and repost the show as we get started here. There's Range Pony and a bunch of people rating in from Thinking Logically. Appreciate it. Amanda's on over on D Live as well. Guys, it's 4:01. Let's get this show officially started. We'll be back in just a few minutes. See you soon.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong, stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the two states to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult hero is the power that's controlling the flight. With all you patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sights? These people hate America and punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only sending vibes to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful, then you're gone. But not us, we're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right knowing they're wrong. Adult Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adult Nero.
All right. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy December. We are back. I hope you all had an awesome holiday weekend. Those of you I didn't catch up with on Saturday during the Saturday morning chat. I hope you guys had a really great weekend. Hopefully you had lots of time with friends and family, got some R&R, maybe got some Christmas decorations out. Who knows? Who knows? But it's great to be with you guys here for another installment of Deplorable Discussions. My name is Adult Nero. It is December 2nd. Yes, we are in the month of December. Time is just disappearing, but I'm okay with it. Sooner we get to January 20th, the better, as far as I'm concerned. But I've got a great panel for you guys today. We've got the lovely Max Anon of RiseAttireUSA.com joining the show today. Max, loving the dark MAGA hat there. How we doing?
Isn't it great? I'm so happy about this. Somebody, really nice patriot at the Great American Restoration Tour. Like, all the cool kids had the black one, like the coolest kids there had the black one. And I said to somebody that had been visiting the Rise Attire booth like the whole weekend, so many names. So I'm already sorry I don't remember the name. But I remember the face, and I was like, oh, and by the way, thank you for this and that, for your support, your purchase, whatever it was. And I love your hat. I'm like jealous. I need to get one of those. And he just took it off his head and put it on mine. And I was like, I could die happy now. Like the whole guard experience was so great. And then it got literally topped off with the dark MAGA hat. So Yeah, that we were coming off of an awesome like election and then straight into GART, which was our first like live, in-person booth event. We've been attendees at events before. Down in Miami, we've been to the Reawaken America tour, things like that, local events, Trump rallies, but we've never had a booth before. So that was really exciting. And then into Thanksgiving, and now it's like Christmas. Like I love this time of year. And then January 20th, which is Christmas again.
Yeah,
So
that's really the biggest holiday of the year coming up. No, I
yeah,
know it's like sacrilege or blasphemy to say. I don't mean to insult
not
anybody
this
out
year.
there, but yeah, I feel
Not
like
this time.
this time it's a little something extra.
That
Awesome.
shirt looks great on you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
That
I wear it all the time. I wear it all the time. It's different than most
awesome.
of the fight shirts that you see.
Hmm.
So it's got a unique vibe to it for sure.
Do you
Uh,
usually see like rectangle photo print one?
yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how boring. I mean, like the photo is epic. You're not going to go wrong with the photo, but I specifically didn't want to do that because you got to wear this thick print that's
Mhm.
gonna always be kind of sweaty. So I specifically made that one and then did it quickly with like the Sunday night, January 4th or July 14th. I made that one, and then like a week later, I put out the one that says "Fight, Fight, Fight" in blue with the actual color photo too. But I think ours are the coolest. Like, no
Oh,
offense to anybody else.
most definitely. I have no argument there. And speaking of Rise of Tire, guys, I know this might be a little hard to see, but I got my original painting.
Oh.
Hold on, this is awkward. I got my original painting up there with it's right next to my original Ben Garrison, sitting right in the little cubby here that I'm doing the show from. So super happy with that. It looks great on the wall, and the painting came out. Oh shit! I just knocked off my microphone. Hold on.
I can still hear you for what it's
Yeah, I
worth.
know
And
it was coming through on the I think it was coming from MacBook. There we go. Anyway,
uh,
so big shout out to Kay Landry for hooking that up, and obviously the painting looks great. So another awesome Rise attire item I've got.
well, black and gold, it had your name on it, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
couldn't,
The
yeah.
second I saw it, like I have to have one of those. Anyway, great to
They're
have.
so reflective too. Like the light that they reflect, they're like a mirror. The gold paint on there, you guys, it's great to see in real life. Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you
it's
like
real.
it.
Yeah, and it says never surrender on the side of the hat, which is a cool touch too. It just yeah, it
Yeah.
gets yeah.
Just quick, I'll stop blabbing. I'm just so excited to be here. But that photo, that was actually made from a photo that Scavino had posted, I believe a total of twice. One
Okay.
other like special time, and then I don't remember when, but the time that we saw it was on election night. And I think it was right before the win or shortly a few hours before. I can't remember exactly, but I remember the moment of seeing the photo. We were both like, holy it's one of those iconic Trump moments, and the lighting and everything that was real. Like that is true to life. He had just a sliver of light on one side, and his golden tie was illuminated, and the rest was like silhouette with the black hat with the gold stuff on it. We're like, that's a painting. That's a painting. It's perfect. So we immortalized it in I'm pretty sure he's only doing 17. So if you want one, there's only a couple left.
I got number 5. Mine is numbered number 5. So yeah, get yours while you can, guys. And I'm sure in a little bit here, a little bit later on the show, Max will show you guys exactly where to snag one. I see Adrian out there in the chat. He could drop that link now if he wants to. And remember, WTP Rise at checkout for 10%. That's our promo code here for the channel. Maybe we can get that change at some point, Max, to 412, just to kind of
Sure.
make it
Yeah,
more
we could
just
do
to make
that.
it more conducive with everything else. But shout out to Belushi raiding the channel. I see a lot of our friends rolling in on the Belushi raid too. So awesome to see. Thank you, Belushi. Appreciate it, man. Drunk Pinata, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Ready to get the week going. Got some big news over the weekend in a few different directions. So there's lots to talk about. How was your show?
We broke all kinds of news. I don't know if you guys heard about these rumors. Have you heard about the rumors?
What rumors?
Well, there's rumors that we did some. This is totally tongue in cheek, by the way. Some transvestigations. I don't know if you've seen. Let's see. We got Molly Jong Fast and we got Mary McCord. And I'm pretty sure that we haven't seen Michael Cohen. and Molly Jong fast together before. So there we go. It's that one. What's going on over here? Oh, Robert Mueller. Where's he been? Oh, where's she been? There you go. It's, you know, there you go.
That's
We wondered
amazing.
we we wonder where these people have been.
That's so good.
I am white passing, cisgender passing, and hetero passing.
No, you're not.
I understand and accept that, even though I am none of those things. I am Cuban, I am trans, and I am queer.
Right. I don't
I
even
am
have.
black. I am gay. I am retarded.
That's
Cuomo quote there. That's so gay. That's gay. I'm sorry. That's gay.
Wow. Yeah. It's so funny that these were the people that called JD Vance weird. Like the most normal guy on the planet. These are the people calling him weird. It's just fantastic stuff. All right. Well, I tell you what, there's so much to get to. I'm gonna just jump right into the sponsor, and we'll get started here. The sponsor is Earth Garden Botanicals, earthgardenbotanicals.com. We love Jolene up in Montana. She makes these wellness products up there locally and organically sourcing all the ingredients for them, and it really comes through. In the quality of the product, and it's at a great price. The local how she's able to do all this locally really allows her to compete in a big way from a price standpoint. The CBD oil tinctures are incredible. If you like CBD and you haven't tried Earth Gardens yet, give it a whirl. See how you like it against your preferred brand. The flavors are amazing. Orange ginger, bergamot, and huckleberry are my favorites, but there's something for everybody, and they're all very good. Peppermint, cinnamon bliss, cherry. The unflavored's really nice as well. There's a CBD oil for your pets, and then also an arnica salve topical cream for your sore joints and muscles, with or without CBD infused, depending on your preference. This time of year, it's really good to have some stuff like the elderberry tonic to help boost your immune system, and the white pine needle extract or the sunshine and pine needle tea, which is down here with all these other tea blends. Really good for detoxing. Fire cider to help clear your sinuses. I recommend having all three of those available to you. And then there's colloidal silver, the critter juice for the all natural insect repellent. I know this isn't the best time of year to push that, but you might be down in Florida or somewhere that still has mosquitoes bugging you. So just in case. Anyway, promo code 412 gives you a massive 24% off right now, as opposed to the normal 10% off. And that's going to be good all the way through Inauguration Day on January 20th. Jolene really wants to help all of you guys out with some of the prices here, considering the end of Bidenomics, and everyone's been struggling the last few years. So offering that massive discount to you all. Again, 412 at checkout for 24% off your order over at earthgardenbotanicals.com. That offer good through January 20. So please go support Jolene. I appreciate all who do. And yeah, hit that thumbs up button, that red pill button. Please repost the show and share the link out there. Those are the most important things you guys can do. And I saw a couple generous donations coming into here. CB Joey with his ships is working and lurking. Hope you're having a good day, friends. CB Joey, thanks for stopping by and dropping the ship. I really appreciate the support, my friend. And hopefully we'll keep you good and entertained at work. We got Stacks with some shades. Thank you. And Ann Schecker nailed it with a cookie. Thank you so much. Dong Chaser, thank you for the cookie. Appreciate you guys all with the early support as we get the show underway. All right. Well, I think we'll start. There's two big stories today, right? There's two major stories. One that's got us all ready to run through a brick wall, like with an American flag, and that's Kash Patel being nominated as the next director of the FBI. I think this is by far the most exciting thing to happen outside of RFK Jr. taking over HHS. We could debate, which one of those will be more impactful. In the next administration. I could make a solid argument for either of those. I think, though, a Pam Bondi Kash Patel combination is going to be pretty great as far as holding people accountable. releasing things to the public, exposing and disclosing things to the public. It's pretty wonderful news here. So let's start with the official announcement. I feel like this one definitely warrants reading straight from the boss's post. And he says, I am proud to announce that Kash Patel will serve as the next director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Kash is a brilliant lawyer, investigator, and America First fighter who has spent his career exposing corruption, defending justice, and protecting the American people. He played a pivotal role in uncovering the Russia hoax, standing as an advocate for truth, accountability, and the Constitution. Kash did an incredible job during my first term, where he served as Chief of Staff at the Department of Defense, Deputy Director of National Intelligence, and Senior Director for Counterterrorism at the National Security Council. Kash has also tried over 60 jury trials. The FBI will end the growing crime epidemic in America, dismantle the migrant criminal gangs, and stop the evil scourge of human and drug trafficking across the border. Kash will work under our great Attorney General, Pam Bondi, to bring back fidelity, bravery, and integrity to the FBI.
Well, you know what the new rules are, right?
What's
because
that?
he held those positions, he's now qualified. The Kamala Harris model holds true. She held those positions, so she had to be qualified, right?
I agree. I agree. I mean, you really couldn't find you couldn't.
That's tongue in cheek. That's making a joke about it, but
Yeah, but in all sincerity, you really couldn't find a more qualified person to take this role. He has seen the inner workings. He's been in intelligence. He's prosecuted. He's defended. He's been right there through all of this. If there was ever a guy who has the chops, the actual capability and talent to do the job, along with the the right priorities and what needs to be done to actually bring this agency back to life, or who knows, maybe dismantle it for good. I don't know what the overall plan is here. Will he be the first great director of the FBI that we've ever had? And I don't know. I don't know the history of all of them, but the agency as a whole has been wayward for a long time. Or will he be the last director of the FBI we ever have? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. But either way, this is very exciting. I'm thinking about how far we have come, guys. Think about how far we have come as a country, as a movement to have Kash Patel nominated in this spot. Kash Patel was on this show. Think about that. Kash Patel is a guy that goes on this show. He's gone on Badlands Media. He's gone on really the whole independent media circuit. That guy, a guy that does that type of engagement with a show like this that reaches maybe 5,000 people a day if we're lucky anymore. That is now the head of the top law enforcement agency, or will be, in this country. Could you imagine a James Comey or an Andy McCabe or a Christopher Wray, or name your last 15 FBI directors? Could you imagine any of them sitting down with even like a Tim Pool, someone like that?
Well, I mean, McCabe does that because he goes on CNN, which is also dwindling. So I guess that's the only comparison I can make.
Well, I mean,
as Tim Pool has way more views than CNN now, but I get your point.
That's the joke answer. That's the joke answer.
Yeah, as far as audience size goes, sure, but I'm talking like these are like CNN's institutional media, right? Like that's where you'd expect the director of the FBI to go say his piece in a nicely clean cut, 10-minute segment between boner pill commercials on a major network. Not somebody that does independent media like this, right? So just think about the strides we've made, to have a Kash Patel, literally like one of us, now being a step away from the head of the FBI. It's an unbelievable development and direct acknowledgement, I think, of the grassroots of this movement and where this is all going. It's a a landmark event as far as the shifting paradigms we're seeing all over this country. And that we are seeing major paradigms shifting, the ground moving underneath our feet in a big way right now, guys. This is very, very, very exciting. It made my night. I think this came out Saturday evening. I saw the announcement, and it was like almost too good to be true. I'm sitting there like, this is it. This was the one. This was the one we were waiting for. We were wondering what Cash was going to get, and there it is, head of the FBI. Perfect spot for him. Now, before I get the reaction and some clips, some sound bites from Cash himself, I want to get reaction from my friends here on the panel. Guys, what do you think about Cash Patel as head of the FBI?
Pinata, you want to go first? If not, I got a couple.
The perfect person for it. He's been talking about what needs to happen. He is arguably the one, along with Devin Nunes, that solved the Russiagate. I mean, this is the genesis of everything that we've seen, which is the psychological warfare against the American people concerning the psyop of all psyops before, they had to keep topping it with the next thing and the next thing. The genesis of it all, of everything that is the psyops against Trump. This was the beginning part of it. And to unravel that, to have been someone that understands all the players and the inner workings, all the way down to the person I showed at the beginning of the show, Mary McCord. Cash worked under Mary McCord at some point. This is a guy who has seen the inner workings to the point where he was able to suss out the whole Russiagate thing in December of 2016. Essentially, that's when, or was that? Yeah. So Nunez and the meetings started in about 2017. So 2016, they kind of started to understand what was going on. They were kind of figuring things out. By the end of 2017, this is when we started seeing the different memos. We had the Schiff memo versus the Nunez memo. We had all this different stuff. This is when all the Q stuff started. And I don't think there's any question at this point that there's something related to that point. I don't know if you can directly tie him to that. But of course, what are they going to do? They're going to try to tie him to that. There's because of what he's done with True Social and the at Q account. They've already started bringing it up. The QAnon utterances have only increased since his nomination here, and so it'll be interesting to see how they either distance themselves from it, disregard it, or what they do with it. But the point is that the phenomenon that it was parallels the information that was released through this quote unquote legitimate channels through Nunez and Cash and others about what was going on with this. And had the public not been educated about this as we were going on with that, we wouldn't have the movement that we have today. So you can credit, again, it doesn't, for me, it's irrelevant whether or not it is tied to the administration or not, or if it was people that were contracted to do it. For me, it's irrelevant. The point is that the whole phenomenon of the Trump presidency, tied together with the Q posts and stuff, created an environment where people were engaged and wanted to be engaged with politics and understand it. And through doing so, were able to figure out and understand just how deep the corruption really went. So to have somebody that's been through it all and has even been tongue-in-cheek with the acknowledgments of the cultural phenomenon of the Trump presidency and the Q stuff is very interesting to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good, Max.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there is no doubt. I mean, it's not even up for question for me that every single thing that we've hoped was true about what we thought we were witnessing with the first Trump administration, what we hoped we were witnessing with the second Trump administration, and going into the third, so far, every single thing maybe didn't up until now quite feel awesome until now, but I don't see any doubt that the whole operation, the Q operation, the Great Awakening, the spiritual awakening, and the new coalition, this new, like, how many people are completely, like, not the establishment, they're all former Democrats. The two-party system is done. Like, is done because there's no longer like there's the remnants of the Republican Party, but they're done as a power projection. Like they've got very little left, and I don't even believe we've started to leverage what we've got on the rhinos. And the Democrat Party has been allowed to destroy itself. And the Cash Patel, oh yeah, I would agree that it is the most exciting thing. There was never any doubt for me that that's what was going to happen. I was just wondering, timing wise, what were the Trump team waiting for, narrative wise? When are they going to roll it out? And I'm not at all surprised by the reaction to it. I think it's almost a waste of time. Oh, they're just panicking, they're freaking out. Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. They should be. What the thing that Rise and I have been focusing on talking about since the news has been announced is thinking about all of the things just in order. Like if you just go back recently, just there's like one thing at a time. The FBI has been this big boot on the hose of truth, on the neck of the breath of truth for so many important things that were just like nation defining moments. Like we're going to get justice. We're going to get Trump assassination Butler, Pennsylvania justice. We're going to get Russiagate justice. We're going to get January 6th justice. Keep going down we're going to get COVID justice. We're going to get hopefully some 9/11 justice. We're going to get some, like, you name it, JFK, CIA justice. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been working for, planning, practicing, doing push-ups for. It is happening. Like I couldn't be more positive, more excited. I don't have my hopes up too far. Here's the last thing I want to say about this, and then I think this is my most important point for the whole day. We all woke up from the Matrix. We, like Neo, like yanked out these painful wires that had been programmed. Like things in the music world are organic. Things in politics just get worse, and the world never gets better. Things in no one's ever favored it. Like there are no secret. All of that we rewired and reprogrammed and rethreaded our wires to how we understand the world to be. That evil satanic pedophiles do really run a lot of what we're seeing, that almost nothing is organic, that there's almost no talent that rises up, whether it's politically and entertainment, that there is no movie that doesn't have propaganda. We have now been operating with that full knowledge and seeing it being confirmed. Our wiring is correct and it's reinforced by our experience in real life for the last 4 to 8 years at least. Some people much, much longer. Now, I think we are in a second rewiring phase that I think it's going to be so hard for people who are like, I thought I knew how it was, and then I really learned how things are, and now I know forever how things are. I think, again, you're going to be required to unwire some of the things that you've learned. Like the deep state has all the power. Like they're trying to get Trump. Like they could stop him. Like they have. I don't think, I could be wrong. I think the election was a great example of how like we were so traumatized by 2020. We rewired to like, this is what elections are now. They won't let Trump win. And then we saw what we saw. They tried to steal it and they were stopped. They didn't let us win. We didn't let them cheat. That's what happened, both whether it's some clandestine white hats or a billion new people on the ground saying, hell no, we don't want this woke Democrat garbage anymore. We want Trump. Both of it has been this new wave. And I think that it went easy. It was sort of like, was that it? Was it as painless as it could have been? That perhaps a lot of things we're about to see in this administration that we thought was a huge fight that we were programmed to understand from 2016 era might be a lot easier and faster. I could be wrong, but I haven't heard anyone else saying this. I hear everyone saying, oh, he's going to have a hard time getting confirmed or nothing's going to happen. I'm hearing a lot of that. And I'm just saying, maybe we need to rewire, like exit the matrix point 2.0. I hope I make sense with that.
Makes total sense. And I think that's why, a lot of the people that came up with, and really got red pilled or got into this whole political environment through the Q drops were probably the ones that remained most optimistic through all of it, because if you believed and had faith in what was being said there and the way that was all kind of lining up, I don't know about you guys, but even after 2020 and the darkest part of all that, where everything seemed like, man, what the hell's going on here? I never let go of the idea there's a longer plan in place, and that, okay, we got the timeline completely wrong. And I think a lot of people got frustrated and checked out. And a lot of those people are starting to come back into the fold and realizing like what we realized fairly early on in the Biden um, in the Biden regime, that this was a necessary red pilling exercise for the country. To have a Kash Patel at head of the FBI, to have an RFK Jr. at the head of HHS, to have a Tulsi Gabbard running DNI, you needed a much bigger mandate than what would have been possible with 2 consecutive terms without going through the bullshit and the tough times that were provided by the Biden administration, the Harris administration. So I think that a lot of people, it'll be a bit easier to remove the black pill and become positive again and whatnot. There are gonna always be those people out there that live in their fears, live in their negativity, and and look for what could go wrong at all times. But I think as I look at my Twitter feed, and I look at a lot of like, it's just so much positivity and good vibes right now. I don't see a lot of the black pilling. I'm sure there's people will rear their heads at the first sign of turbulence and all of this, but I've honestly started muting or just unfollowing people that choose to focus on the negative or the bad things. It's just not the time for it. There will be a time for a bit more skepticism and whatnot, but right now we have such momentum and wind at our back that I feel like anyone that's out there trying to focus on and nitpick, I don't like this nomination, or this person's a Zionist, or whatever, this, that. It's like, yeah, okay, there's going to come a time to pick all that stuff apart a bit more, but now is not that time. Now is 100% not that time. So I can't tell you how many people I've unfollowed and just straight up muted over the last couple of weeks. I have no
It's
room
good
for it.
practice.
I have
Yeah,
no room
that's
for
good
it.
practice. These people haven't even had a chance to do anything yet. And we're not hearing about their nominations for us to like date them or marry them or something. Trump is putting out the story that this is who the name is in this slot right now. And if you take it on face value, you just have to, that would indicate that Trump trusts this person to do what he wants them to do. They're pawns. They're not up there for what they have done or what they're,
Yeah.
people have to have some faith. Let it happen.
Even the
I
people on
agree.
the
And it
left, they
could
say that they're
change.
just going to do Trump's bidding. That's what the
Yep.
people on the left say. So it's
They're
just
unwiring, like that's what they're supposed to do. And they're
Yep.
rewiring everyone's thinking that that's a bad thing. That's literally what the executive branch is supposed to do.
So
Is carry out
yeah,
the mandate of the American people as elected through the president.
yeah.
just to piggyback off what you were saying, Alan,
Real
before.
fast. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We were swimming upstream for a while. I think we had to get past all the nihilism. We had to jumpstart things, and so I think that's what the first 4 years was you had to get people to we had to change trajectory, and whatever happened during that period of time definitely changed the trajectory. Now, whether or not we could have had 8 years consistent, I think arguably we've seen in hindsight that that wasn't necessarily the best way to do this, because you would have had 8 and done, they would have moved on and they would have shrugged it off. But this way, the system, we basically went through a truncated version of the Republicans can have 8 years, and now the Democrats can have 8 years, and so we effectively did that in 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, as opposed to having to go through a whole generation of establishment nonsense. And so we really only had to do it essentially the 4 years, so to speak. And so that's kind of swimming upstream, changing the timeline. And then this kind of gets back to Max and on, you're thinking about how we need to reassess our thinking about this. Is that we have essentially changed the timeline in a sense. So that's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And again, if I was following you, if I am following you, and you're one of those people that complain about Israel with every Trump pick, I've probably already either unfollowed you or muted you, at least for right now, because and while you guys know I have absolutely no love for Israel whatsoever, I have my major issues with Israel. I just do not see the value in any of that at this moment. Um, like either you believe that these people and Donald Trump wants to put America first, and that includes Israel. You could be pro-Israel and still be America first. Okay, you could do what's right for America, and then what you think is right for Israel, as long as it doesn't conflict with what's right for America. Just because you're pro-Israel doesn't mean that you are Israel first. Okay, so but that's one of the big things that I saw early on, is just a bunch of people out there is like, oh, this person's a Zionist, that person's a Zionist, this person. I'm like all those people. I don't want to hear from them right now. I just don't find it to be productive at all. But anyway, this Cash Patel pick, like so many of these other picks, I think is amazing, absolutely monumental, and you could see it in the way the media is freaking out over it. I want to play you some mainstream clips, just some stuff that's been floating around, and then we'll play some clips from Cash Patel too, and it'll kind of show what they're so scared about. And then probably in the second half of the show, we'll get into the um, the second half of the show, we'll get into the Hunter Biden pardon, and talk about the implications of that, and get some reaction from that as well. So that's going to be probably most of what we cover today. But let's start with CNN. The first person they ran to was none other than um, Andy McCabe, the disgraced former deputy FBI director. Maybe he was FBI director for a short period of time. Belushi says intellectually lazy as fuck. Moving on. Are you talking about what I'm mentioning, or are you talking about me, Belushi? I'm pretty sure he's talking about the people I'm mentioning, but
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, if he's talking about me, that's fine. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. You're
Wait,
welcome.
no, I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to have that opinion. I'm just curious. But anyway, here's Andy McCabe. Here's Andy McCabe on CNN. Take a listen.
Andrew, I just want to start first with you and just get your reaction to this news tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible development for the men and women of the FBI, and also for the nation that depends on a highly functioning, professional, independent Federal Bureau of Investigation. The fact that Kash Patel is profoundly unqualified for this job is not even like a matter for debate. So I think what we should really be thinking about right now is, what does this signal in terms of Donald Trump's intent for the FBI? The installation, or the nomination, I guess we should say at this point, of Kash Patel as FBI director can only possibly be a plan to disrupt, to dismantle, to distract the FBI, and to possibly use it as a tool for the president's political agenda. And, as an organization, we know what that looks like. Yeah, this country has been there before, right? The pre-Watergate FBI, the J. Edgar Hoover FBI, struck fear in the hearts of Americans across the spectrum of politicians, people in entertainment, people in the civil rights community, because the director operated at the direction of presidents to collect political intelligence and to utilize the legal authorities, the investigative authorities of the FBI to terrorize and intimidate Americans. So the question is that where we're going back to with this nomination? I would argue that Kash Patel would be the perfect person for Donald Trump to nominate if that.
So this is the same FBI that employed Peter Strzok to be the head of that Russia collusion, Crossfire Hurricane, lead investigator.
Not just the same FBI, that person.
Well, that too, yeah. I mean, exactly. Well, he's sending text messages like, "We will stop him," like an insurance policy. No, he won't. I mean, it's so funny. It's so funny to hear the projection from someone like Andy McCabe, especially of all people. If anybody should just shut the fuck up about this, it's probably Andy McCabe. But go ahead, Pinata.
I don't know. I'm just outraged. It's just frustrating because They never, ever on these channels, whenever McCabe or Strzok gets up there, never explain why they're not working at the FBI anymore.
Yeah.
They never explain why Alicia Menendez, why she's there, and she's the daughter of the Menendez senator that just got sentenced to prison. Never comes up. And that kind of intellectual dishonesty, or just flat out blatant dishonesty, is just the lies by omission is so fucking criminal.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I don't know if it's actually criminal. It's close enough that it needs to be disqualifying as for 230 protections.
Well, that for sure. That for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I think it's great.
I think the lying by omission needs to be somewhere worked into this. Non-disclosure is essentially editorializing and against 230. See.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that.
I agree too. And I think that the people that we hope and are entrusting with Donald Trump's election to carry out what the American people are looking for, they know which ones in the media were colluding. They have the texts, they have the emails, they have it all. I believe that. Maybe I'm giving them too much omniscience or omniscience, right? All knowing, but I do feel like that we can know. And I think we're seeing these like quiet, what's the word where you kowtow, you kiss the ring, like with Joe and Mika and things like that. Like some of them know that they are going down, that maybe they're just staying on with the sinking ship. And then others, with the legal notes on The View, and like, I just think that everything's about to change, like everything. I can't see us going through. Do you think Trump's plan was to come in to set this all up for the 4 years to show how good it is, and the 4 years to show how bad it can get? This is literally the New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Return of the King. Just this is the template. There's no way he planned like for the media to just be as Russia, and as conspiracy theorists and as QAnon, as crazy and criminal as they were the first term. I don't think that's the plan.
I think the plan, in my opinion, is more so to elevate independent media to the point where those people are completely irrelevant anyway.
Yeah,
and
the campaign did that.
Yeah, and there may be another, as far as like the broadcast licensing, for cable news is one thing, like, CNN and MSNBC, that's cable news. They're technically more so entertainment. They're not on like the public airways. They're on Comcast or AT&T or whoever hosts them. As far as like NBC, ABC, CBS, these companies that are given broadcast licenses for the public airways, the stuff you could pick up with an antenna for free. They get access to that, and those are worth billions, if not more.
You know what they need to have?
Because they're
the words for entertainment purposes only across the screen at all times.
Well, that's fine, but as far as like the main networks, those are supposed to be given out, and there's license given out so they could serve the greater public good, and they're not doing that. Especially when you look at CBS, right, as they're editing answers, interfering in the election on 60-minute interviews. That's not serving the greater good. Or ABC, playing videos of a Kentucky gun range and passing it off as, the slaughtering of the Kurds, or whatever, to try to turn public opinion against Donald Trump's move of taking troops out of, I think, Syria it was, or ABC killing the Epstein story back in 2016. This is not serving the public good. So I think that if you kill those major networks, and then like Pinata said, as far as like MSNBC, CNN, like a watermark, hell, give it to Fox News and Newsmax too. I don't care. For entertainment purposes only. I think that's a healthy way of dealing with this. And then you repurpose those networks, or you restructure them, or you start new ones that are objective, that leave opinion, editorialism out of the news, and simply broadcast the facts without any spin in either direction. Allow people to interpret and ingest that on its face. So I think that's all valid. I want to get to more of these clips because there's a bunch of them here. Here's MSNBC. I believe this is also the night of. Take a listen.
Is there enough backbone there, do you think, to defeat multiple nominees?
I don't know. I think it's possible. And look, we saw it with Matt Gaetz already, and I think that I was actually surprised how quickly that happened. To me, Kash Patel, and I don't say this lightly, is the most dangerous nominee that we've seen yet to our democracy. I mean, you might think that having Pete Hegseth running the military is a greater level of danger because of his lack of experience, or Tulsi Gabbard at intelligence. But just as far as the threats to democracy that we were warning up about before the election, and Kash Patel was a key player inside the Trump White House, pushing for and orchestrating the coup attempt in 2020. He was trying to completely take control of the Justice Department at the time. He was Trump's top lieutenant who was willing to do anything and advance any lie in service of his attempt to overturn that last election, to such a degree that there were many people that were Trump appointees in 2020 who were staying around and saying no, like standing in the breach and saying, no, not Kash Patel. Like, you cannot put Kash Patel as a temporary leader of the Justice Department, et cetera. These are Trump appointees. And so, I will see what happens in the Senate. But if Trump had people around him that were quasi-loyalists that were like, that guy's too far, who knows what that'll mean for the Senate.
Yeah, is he drunk?
Maybe. I mean, he might have done a few shots when he heard Kash Patel got nominated for the position. So there you go. There, the typical talking points. And there was another clip. I got more of these. There's a couple from Morning Joe. One's like 8 minutes long. I don't know if we'll do that whole like 8-minute one just for the sake of time, because we're gonna cut things pretty close here. But I will play the shorter one. Let's do that one next. Oh, come on. Why isn't this? Here we go.
And number two now, Kash Patel. And Kash Patel, of course, is a person who infamously said he was going to jail reporters and journalists and news people who did not go along with the 2020 election conspiracy theory.
No. He said he was going to come after people that actively colluded with the Department of Justice, the Democrat Party, and the FBI to spin a false narrative about Russia collusion that sold the people on a known hoax. That's what he was talking about. This whole 2020 election thing is bullshit, and I don't believe.
I did just hear him say, I just heard a clip, and I was like, glad to hear it. He didn't say journalists who wouldn't go along with of course he didn't say that, but he said those who colluded with Joe Biden and the Democrats to steal presidential elections. Which is cool. Like, that, we know that's real. We want that. And they know they did that. So now that's why they're saying that. They're reacting with, we didn't go along with it. No, they're still pretending that Joe Biden won 81 million real legal. We're going to get justice. We're going to get truth and sunlight on all of that. And everyone who knew about it is going down.
Yep.
Cease and desist. Trump told them.
Yep. Let's keep it rolling.
It's not even because he's an ideologue. It's because he seems, according to this piece and everything we've seen, singularly focused on exacting revenge on people who did not carry through on Donald Trump's threats of retribution. And again, we will be playing the clip in a minute where he promises to arrest journalists and reporters and news people who refused to go along with the 2020 Stop the Steal conspiracy theories.
Kash Patel, perceived by many to be deeply dangerous because he has indeed, as you note, no qualifications for this job. Why? Many of Trump's former aides said as much 4 years ago. But Patel, I'm told, and I'm talking to people in the orbit the last couple of days, there is no ideology. There's no agenda here other than retribution. Patel's one defining characteristic is that he is simply loyal to Donald Trump.
Kash Patel is not just controversial among media outlets. He's not just controversial among Republican senators. He is controversial inside Trump's own orbit. If somebody threatens the Constitution, if somebody threatens the First Amendment, if somebody threatens the basic Bill of Rights, it does not matter whether you have to say no to one of those or two of those or three of those. You know, the founders did not write that the Senate had the advise and consent power for maybe one and a half dangerous elections. So got that for as many as you need. And by the way, this is not just uniformly vote no against everybody that Donald Trump puts up.
He goes on to praise, what's his name, Marco Rubio, and a couple other picks that are more establishment oriented. Anyway, I'm gonna cut that short there. There's another clip. This guy, I don't even know who he is, also freaking out. Basically says it's Kash Patel will be a combination of J. Edgar Hoover and Alex Jones, which is kind of freaking funny. But the point is they're losing their mind because they understand what Kash Patel is and what he represents, and what he'll, most importantly, what he's going to expose. And I want to play a couple clips directly from Kash here before we go to our break. But they mentioned about the Senate and the confirmation. There's a lot of people out there saying this is going to be tough. Just a couple thoughts I have on that real quick. One, you saw what happened with Matt Gaetz, right? And we were all kind of wondering, 4D chess, something that just went wrong. I don't know. But the fact that Matt Gaetz went the way it did, and then he still picks Kash Patel for this position, tells me that he's not the least bit worried about Senate confirmation with Kash Patel. Donald Trump does not like to take an L, or even a perceived L. Like he's not going to have a bunch of positions that he's going to back off on. It looks bad. It makes him look weak. It makes him look like he doesn't have control of the party, of the caucus. He's not going to put those optics out there. So I believe he made this pick with full confidence that he will be in there one way or another. It also softens the way I look at what happened with Matt Gaetz in a way to where maybe there was something more to that nomination. Maybe there was never really, maybe he was never really meant to be put in that spot. And there was some 4D chess move that I don't understand at this moment, but it doesn't level with me that you would get Matt Gaetz to leave that potential role so quickly, or that to be torpedoed as perceivably easy as it was. And then you go for the one guy that's even more controversial than Matt Gaetz and Kash Patel for such a big position, being FBI director. So there's something there. There's definitely something there with that. I think so. I wanna play. You know what? We're gonna just do this on the other side of the break because we're already up against it, and I have 2 or 3 clips. It's gonna take us over where we're supposed to go, and we're probably gonna go. I can't speak for my panel here, but I'm probably gonna go maybe a little bit long today, depending on how much we get through, because I just have so much that I want to cover. So, but let's take a break. We're gonna go exclusively to Pill.net. On the other side, you're not going to want to miss it, guys. We're going to play a bunch of clips from Kash Patel, things he has said over the past few years. It gets you pretty fired up and excited. We're going to play some clips of some senators reacting that I think is going to be important just to kind of see the initial vibe of the Senate. And then we got to spend a bunch of time on the Hunter Biden pardon and what that means as well. That's all going to be in the second half. And I have other stuff too. We're most likely not going to get to it. But it's going to be a loaded second half of the show, and that's going to be exclusively over on pilled.net. As always, the link I throw in the Rumble and DLive chat. It's always in that Rumble description for you guys as well. So go ahead and click that link. It'll bring you right into the show. If you can't get to the links I just put out there for whatever reason, if you can't get to that, that's funny, Belushi. If you for whatever reason you can't get to that link, just go to pilled.net in your browser and find us at 412 Productions. It's super easy. It's free to join. It's a true free speech platform. No big tech infrastructure or corporate influence. No one that can leverage the site with their service to get us the filter speech over there. So I really hope you guys will come check it out. It's an awesome grassroots project. We'll play a quick video on the other side. We'll say goodbye to the other platforms. We will read your gold pill chats and then carry on with this Kash Patel talk and get into the Hunter Biden pardon as well. See you guys in 45 seconds.
Pill.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pill.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family, and if you have any questions at all, please email support@Pill.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pill.net. Free speech lives here.
All right. And as always, a big thank you to all of you who do come over to Pilled to continue watching with us in the second hour. We do really appreciate you guys making the effort to come over, create an account, which is completely free, by the way, and getting comfortable over there on our little home built slice of internet heaven. So thank you guys again. If you're not going to jump over, and this is where we say goodbye for the afternoon, no worries. I'll be back. Well, we'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I think Season Pixels is going to join us tomorrow, Wednesday. Daddy Dragon should be joining the show, so we'll catch up with him, see how things are going on his side of the pond. Thursday's taking it back with Frank and Zach. And then Friday, I believe M3 Methods to Madness will be my co-host on Friday with Drunk Pinata. So that'll be a fun way to wrap up the week. Although Friday's show is kind of in jeopardy at this moment. There's like an office holiday Christmas thing that I might have to go to. I'll find out tomorrow for sure. But as of right now, I'm gonna hope that I'll be able to make sure we could do something on Friday afternoon. This could be a matter of timing and traffic, honestly, depending on where I am. So that's the plan for the rest of the week. So again, come on over to Pilled, or have an awesome rest of your Monday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in.